SwissBorg is the official partner of my channel where you can buy, sell, hold and more importantly stake your cryptocurrencies. You can even earn yield on your stablecoins. Sign up with my link and you'll earn up to $100 worth of their native token CHSB just for depositing €50 worth of crypto. SwissBorg. Hello everybody, welcome back. So it's nice to see some serious upside now. It'd be nice if someone told us about this. Yeah, it was me, I did tell you. I told you all about it. It was about the Dixie finishing. I told you that 6 days ago. Before the Dixie peaked, then yeah, it's all there. It's all there for you to see. So I've got to celebrate your victories, especially when you're the only one saying it. You know what I mean? When you're the only one saying it. What are you talking about the Dixie peaking, man? That's ridiculous. Can you not see that Dixie is bullish AF? Yes. The breakdown on this Dixie is taking place faster and more aggressive than I expected, and I'm not going to complain because obviously I'm heavily into shorting this dollar. But if we go to daily or weekly, we can see that we've already surpassed this 50 exponential on the daily, 10 exponential on the weekly. As of today. Now obviously the weekly is not going to close till Friday. It gets sucked right back up to that level, which is the support. Same deal with this 50 today. And so rather than trying to chart the Dixie, which is more or less just a way to see, you know, in real time that the dollar has peaked for now, let's look at the real situation, which is Japanese yen. Where are you going to come down to, mate? This is the main one, really. This is like the front runner of the analysis, I would say. And again, I'm sorry to bore you to death with all of this Forex stuff, but I have to, because this is how we've managed to get a fix on the market, really. I mean, this is where it's come from. It's not always going to be like this, but this is what it's like at the moment. So I know it's boring, but it's crucial. So we see at the moment the Bollinger Band Center is getting tagged. All right. So this is bouncy time, but it's not. It's not. You know, the thing I've got to point out, which is the thing I was saying. You know, as the Dixie was peaking, you know, the day before when I was saying be prepared for it, is that the monthly Japanese yen has got a money flow index read of 100, right? You just don't get that. That just does not ever happen. If you ever see anything like that ever on anything, that's an absolute peak. So this is the main thing I was saying short in the dollar, because the Japanese yen was ridiculously overheated. And so with that in mind, I was quite happy to try and short this top, which I did more or less get right at the very top. And I was saying on the Patreon live stream last night, if anyone wants to join that, there's links in the description. I was saying on that last night, so I don't really have a exit point on this because my entry point was so good, and because the money flow index is so overheated here, I expect that this is a relatively safe entry just to kind of just chill out and leave to see how far this goes down. Maybe it breaks all the way back down to the starting point, maybe all the way back down to 114 or something ridiculous like that over time. Could happen. But in the very short term time frames, like a daily, for instance, compared to a monthly, obviously that is a short-term time frame. For many people, yeah, you'd be looking at lower-term time frames than this. But for me, this is a quite a solid area for what I'd expect to see a bounce. And if for whatever reason, if this breaks down from here, which it certainly could, because the dollar is weak, as I told you. It would be. If it breaks down from here, we're going straight down to 143, 144 area. You know, that 50 exponential. And then that's the Dixie's sinking down even lower. So that's your yen for you. Absolutely no problem, although this is temporarily a bouncy area. The pound, come on, yes, the pound broken out from its ascending triangle, now moving up to what I would expect at least 117 and most likely back up to around the 120, 122 area, 120, 122 or beyond over time. So again, the pound isn't the greatest thing in the world, we all know that, but it's definitely having an effect with the currency Avengers, the FX Avengers fighting that dollar back. And here we go with the with parity back on euro. Parity supported, well, as I say, supported with a massive resistance coming in at parity, which is also your weekly Bollinger Band Center and 21 exponential as well. So the reason I'm pointing all this sort of stuff out to you, outside of the pound, which has still got a little bit further to go, the euro tiny bit further to go, and the yen more or less at support, this would suggest that even though we can get excited about this breaking down, and it will over time, and again, you know, for those of you who watched my videos last week and maybe found some positions back then, you should be safe. Those positions should be pretty safe and highly lucrative over the coming weeks. But as of right this very moment in time, I think we are realistically thinking about this this move down now, getting reabsorbed back up into the Bollinger Band, maybe back up to that 50 exponential on the daily. So I moved back up on the Dixie to maybe 110.7, somewhere along those lines, and with that will come a bit of a consolidation against anything that's been traded with dollars, so we're talking Nasdaq, S&P, all that sort of stuff. So Nasdaq, the Nasdaq's really not the chart to look at, to be honest with you. It's not really doing much. This is just a 24-hour traded one. Let's go to my main one. So yeah, 50 exponential getting tested on the daily. That's an obvious area for a rejection as well. S&P on the weekly, trying to move back up to 39. No big deal. Let's check the daily for resistances. Probably the same as Nasdaq, I imagine. Oh no, it surpassed it definitely, but still getting quite extended here, getting above the Bollinger Band. So I think today would be a worthy day of consolidation. Same deal with Bitcoin, to be honest, although Bitcoin is powerful right now, absolutely powerful. So Bitcoin on the daily above all major moving averages, and probably its destination is that measured move that we said from a while back, and we can show the measured move now that we actually have got the official breakout with price action as well. Just measure that from this breakout here. Oh, it moved. Just double check on that. It's a bit over optimistic. So yeah, it's the same old, isn't it? The measured move is the 26,600. That's my destination for this move. Bitcoin up to 26,600. S&P up to 4,000. Maybe ever so slightly above. Bear market rallies, this is where it's likely to take us over the next few weeks or so. But today could be the day where we actually start to see a consolidation as we see the FX charts find support or resistances on these major areas. So don't get too excited today. Maybe save yourself some pain and trying to get into new positions or whatever. The time for positions was 5-6 days ago when I told you about the Dixie peaking. That was the time to do it, and now it's the time to wait for a trend to begin, and a trend will begin after a series of higher highs like what we've got now and higher lows, which is a consolidation. So I would expect consolidation at this stage now. So let's just have a look a little bit closer on this daily. We've got 50 exponential hanging around 19,800. That might be seeming a little bit crazy for you to go, oh, what, all the way back down there? But yeah, I mean, it would be bullish so long as it's higher highs, higher lows. Standard stuff, really. Nothing outside the norm, really. This box of significance is backed up now by the 21 exponential, 10 exponentials in it, 50 exponentials above it. All very decent areas to get pullbacks on. The 4 hourly has been so bullish, it's been riding the outer rim of the Bollinger Band, which is again very bullish, but in order for an entry to take place, you would really need to wait for a pullback into a moving average of significance. 10 exponential so far is 20,000, 21 is 19,750, we could call it, top of this box of significance. So we're supported anywhere into and above this box. So again, I'm not looking for huge massive moves up, although we could spike and get ourselves up to the next major level of support stroke resistance, which is roughly, I'd call it, it's another box, but it starts around the low 21,000s and all the way up to the higher 21,000. So into that 21,000, mid $20,000 zone, we'll call it. That's a temporary resistance, and a major one would be around 22,700, which is this prior peak. But again, with the state of the Dixie and my expectations, and the ones that I've been making a song and dance about for the last week now, the reason I've been so adamant about it is because this is the general direction that everything's going to go. It's everything bounce 2.0 as the dollar loses its value against other currencies. But if our main focus is on other currencies, which it is, because that's how I've managed to predict this outcome, we should focus on the currencies and the FX market, which are telling us that there's only a little bit further to go in this current run before it picks up pace and continues on after that. There is always a chance that this is it, that we just get rejected from the pound here, rejected from euro at parity, rejected from the pound at 117, supported on the 146, 147 for Japanese yen. There's always that chance, and that we just pull the plug on our trades and be grateful for what it was that we made. Which, you know, if you're part of the Telegram channel or follow me on Twitter, I have been posting my results because I'm very proud of them, because they go against what everybody's been saying for the most part. I mean, I don't watch other YouTube channels, but I do have a Twitter page, and you know, it's all about don't do it. And I'm like, I was very much in that camp as well until this situation presented itself last week, and I was like, right, okay. So the trend is definitely down for Bitcoin. The trend is definitely down for stocks, but there's something happening here which will allow us to take on take this situation, take the bull by the horns, basically, because this is the more powerful indicator of all, and it almost defies trend. So congratulations to those who follow this channel, especially the ones who were watching last week. I suggest you subscribe to the channel maybe, because on a daily basis, you know, charts can be pretty boring, especially with crypto. They can be pretty boring. It's part of my morning routine, you know, get the kids up, feed them, you know, take them to school and nursery, you know, sit down here with my coffee, have a look at the charts, and then basically speak my mind on YouTube, really. It's not a YouTube channel that I try to put in too much production value, obviously you can see that. But it's basically all part of my morning routine. Check the weather report for the financial industry, really. That's what's going on with all this stuff. So, like I say, some days there's really nothing going on, but I record a video anyway. Some days there's something significant going on, and I record a video as I would do anyway. So, you know, YouTube channels, I know YouTube channels will try and sell you anything, sell you hopium, sell you incredible clickbait and all kinds of madness, because that's how they make their money. I mean, obviously my channel's tiny. I don't make hardly any money off my YouTube. It's just enough for me to get a week's worth of shopping, to be honest with you. But that's not why I made it. It's just all part of my morning routine. Speak my mind on the internet, because I'll be sitting down doing this anyway. But yeah, like I say, yeah, this is a big turning point, generally speaking, on a higher term time frame for the Dixie. We are looking for a major pullback, and my expectation is the 50 exponential, as you all know. I said it last week, said it every day since. I'm saying it today because it is the same. I follow this chart on a weekly. That is the expectation. So we should expect that, because that's my expectation. It's breaking down faster than I expected, and the faster it breaks down, the more it will pick up pace. So this, like I say, I gave a time frame of about between 2 to 6 weeks to meet this criteria. At the moment, it looks like we could be getting there, you know, within the 2 to 3 week period. Never mind the 6. It's looking very good. Momentum is building to the down on the Dixie and up to everything else. Everything else is going to continue to pump, which is why I called it the Everything Bounce 2.0. That's where we got it, because obviously we did the Everything Bounce 1.0 in the summer, which, again, if you actually follow the channel, we got in at the bottom and out more or less at the top. Right, we'll leave it with you there. There's nothing much more to say. It is more or less the same analysis from last week, but now we can see that it's actually materializing into serious profits, and we should just sit back and watch today to see if we get those supports and resistances on the FX charts, and if we do, then we get ready to take on some more entries, bullish longs on stocks and crypto and everything, basically, because my expectation is that this is just going to be a small consolidation on those charts as we form trends. This isn't currently a trend, by the way. This is a pump. This is a rally. We want a trend to form. We need a consolidation, series of higher highs, higher lows, all the way up to the Holy Grail, which, as far as I can see, is around 26,600. Right. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Good luck. Take it easy.